Welcome back to English Hangout, dear viewers. Today, I want us to look at some JAMB questions based on agreements in English. So if you look at these sentences on the whiteboard, we have the man as well as his son dash in the band. The poor dash our attention and kindness. A variety of options dash available to students who wish to study abroad. And finally, we have the employer, not the salesman, dash responsible for the loss. In your JAMB examination, the examiner will test your knowledge on agreements in English. The 4 questions on the whiteboard are based on Concord. For the first question, we have the man as well as his son dash in the band. You are expected to fill in the gap here with the appropriate answer. So these particular questions falls under accompaniment rules. The rule states when you have an accompaniment word in the subject position, what will determine the verb is not the noun after that accompaniment word. The first noun will determine the words, the verb, not the second. A typical example of an accompaniment word or a linking word is this word as well as. So the rule states the first noun before the accompaniment words will determine the words, the verb that will fill in this gap, not the second noun. So as a result, the man here is the subject of the sentence. As the subject of the sentence is singular, the verb also should be singular. Therefore, the appropriate verb to fill in this gap is what? Plays. The man as well as his sons plays in the band. Number 2, this rule is based on some certain nouns that are not with plural markers. Despite the fact that we don't have plural markers here, does not mean this particular word is not plural. Words like rich, poor, police. If you are to use a verb with each of these words on the whiteboard, they are expected to attract a plural word, a plural verb. Therefore, the poor dash our attention and kindness. The poor deserve. Lexical verb in singular form takes S, right? For nouns, we have boy. The plural is what? Boys. But when it comes to lexical verb, we have rights, singular, rights, plural. So as a result, that is why we have what? SA. And because this particular word, subject is plural, the verb also should be plural. That is why deserve is the appropriate verb to complete this particular sentence. And if you look at the third one, we have a variety of options dash available to students who wish to study abroad. The rule states when you have a variety of a number of students, the verb that must complete that particular sentence should be plural. But when you have the number of, the verb should be singular. And here we have a variety of options. And according to the rules, when you have the number of, the verb should be singular. When you have a number of students, the verb should be plural. And here we have a variety of options. The verb to complete the sentence is are, according to the rule. A variety of options are available to students who wish to study abroad. And the fourth question here falls under the same category with the first sentence. The employer, not the salesman. Not the salesman here is an accompaniment word. So as a result, the first noun before these accompaniment words would determine the verb. As a result, we have the employer, not the salesman, was responsible for the loss. Here we have been, which is a plural, will be is not appropriate to fill in this gap, where here is a plural verb in the past form. So what you need to do is to understand the rules that govern English language. If you want to be proficient with the use of English language and to excel in JAMB use of English, there is need for you to master the rules that govern that particular language. Thank you and God bless.